Metal music, much like cheese, has many different forms. Maybe you prefer your cheese to be aged and kind of stinky like old black metal. Black because of the makeup and the mold. Of course, some people prefer their cheese to be a little holier, a la Swiss cheese, aka the holiest of all cheese. That's the Christian metalhead. Heck, there's even a different shade of blue cheese. It tastes like tea. But at the end of the day, there will always be the most recognized, most commonplace cheese of them all, that we don't call weird or crazy or revolutionary. We simply just call it a masterpiece. We call it cheddar cheese. Wait, mozzarella is the most common? What the fuck? Welcome to Not a Band, the show where we, a band, also do not a band stuff sometimes. Like right now. The point I was trying to make was that today's band is so good that they even border on the term generic because they define the genre they're in that hard.
In our minds, we were the varsity players. We were crushing our senior year there. I don't know how true that is.
They're not using crazy 16-stringed instruments or playing solos with their ding-dongs. No, they're just really, really good at the most iconic sounding death metal you can possibly make, in my opinion. So that's why today we're gonna talk about who the Black Dahlia Murder are.
We're here at Warped Tour 2013. We're over at the Dallas ATM. Excuse me, sir, what's your PIN number?
We're gonna write a bunch of different riffs that they might write, and I'm even gonna premiere a little cute HD playthrough at the very end to put everything we learned together in one neat little package. I mean, who the fuck doesn't love neat little packages? Also, super special thanks to Ernie Ball for the guitar strings and sponsoring the channel. Another usual big thank you to Toxic Eternity for always providing the killer backing track, and a brand new mega thanks to my mixing friend Stephen Hool for taking my horrendous sounding demo of moldy mac and cheese and turning it into a beautiful work of macaroni art. If you guys need mixing and mastering done, Stephen H is the guy. All right, enough fucking thankfulness for the day. Oh, is this Valentine's Day? Am I gonna fucking go put out for Jack just because his Undertale covers make me soak my undie panties? No, we're gonna meet the band now, stupid. Okay, so actually, who's in this band anyway?
I'm stoned as fuck if you want to know the truth.
Anybody who's got some extra weed, we would love to smoke it. This is not a joke.
Horror movie aficionado and guy with at least one crucial letter missing from his last name, Trevor has been very vocal about his love for the Castlevania games, even naming one of their first song demos back in 2001. What a horrible night to have a curse.
The band is tied to Castlevania in a few ways, and I've mentioned it and referenced it a few times.
A reference so obvious that if you don't get it, I'm not gonna explain it to you. You figure it out.
You're up, dude.
Plus, on top of being an amazing vocalist, just imagine being able to wake up to this on your tour bus every morning.
Guys, we're having Mexican meatloaf today. It's gonna be awesome. I invented it.
You know what I mean? Never been cool, dude. Not even for a second.
On the count of 3, everybody fucking fart! 1, 2, 3!
It's also pretty common knowledge that Trevor is basically 50% of this band, alongside his band brother Brian.
Taking this tour everywhere. Gonna take all the ducats from all the peoples. It's gonna be fucking sweet. And also, just about drunk.
And thank God that Trevor and Brian found each other. These guys have a more magical friendship than Harry and Ron from fucking Harry Potter.
Magic missile! Magic missile!
Force field.
Magic missile!
Force field.
Magic missile! Hot dog!
The songwriter, composer, and all-around music maker of the Black Dahlia Murder's song structure as a whole, Brian is the guy who I assume probably makes all the music in its most bare-bones state and then sends it off to the other members to, you know, do their thing on.
I like to have a cocktail before I go out on stage. 10:30 is really early, but you just pretend that it's Sunday and you're at brunch.
They're killing it, aren't they? Yeah. Like, I kind of want to like just run in there and go all the way up.
Yeah, I do too.
Go.
They really are just the epitome of two best friends that dreamed of nothing but going on tour, being in a big band, and making people happy.
Sometimes when my girlfriend's giving me a massage, I just wish it was one of these dudes.
It didn't matter who else in the band dropped out or gave him problems, the two of these guys just found a way to rise above it.
You know, if you ever took Brian or Trevor out of the band, there would be no more band.
But eventually, they found band members that didn't cause problems. Alan Cassidy, the perfect drummer. He ain't here to show up late for practice at his own house or beg the band to help him carry his drum kit everywhere. No, he's here to do one thing and one thing only.
I'm just hitting stuff. I don't make any of the decisions.
He hit stuff really hard.
Can you give me a beer, please? Oh yeah, hang on.
Max the bassist. He plays bass.
We did it.
Lead guitarist Ryan Knight was in the band, but actually is let go for, I don't know, probably saying shit like this.
Some niggas like to hustle, I like to guzzle somehow, some way, every day. I drink the day away.
Night rapping, the world needs to know.
Canada has no IPA. That is pretty fucking Canada, you are the worst. Maple Leafs suck.
We did it.
He's so funny.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I just want to kill myself right here.
I like to put women in my contacts with the features that I like about them.
Chanel, Norfolk, hot ass, big tips.
Desert Dweller, New Mexico.
Ellison, big tips.
Yeah, he's always saying and doing funny shit.
But it's all good now because his replacement, Brandon Ellis, who's like, I mean, come on, look at that hair. I could identify this guy as a shredding guitar god in the middle of a fucking police lineup. That one. Brandon definitely brings a new style of more modern shredding with his crazy barring sweeps and somehow even more death metal vibrato than the last lead players. But unfortunately, my song doesn't feature a newer style of Black Dahlia Murder because comparing all, what, like 4 or 5 of these different lead players and covering all the differences in one song is just like, look, I'm not trying to write a fucking 18-minute Metallica anthem, okay?
No, you gotta go like this. Go really high and go, wee, wee, wee.
All right. So what the fuck were we even just talking about? And now we're gonna do the chapter 2, the step-by-steps tutorial part. Welcome to the lesson proportion of the video, where I, some randomly vastly underqualified internet guy, attempt to teach you, some random 9-year-old who's probably much better than me at guitar, how to play riffs like a professional, fully signed, touring band. Okay, so let's get started with the tuning. I'm in standard tuning on my 8-string a Kiesel guitar. You really can't tell it's a Kiesel probably because of the lack of label right here, because I didn't want to pay $500 for a big old fancy name tag on my custom finish, which is probably most likely why the guitar sounds and plays like the scale I'm playing on today is D minor, not just A minor, but not the minor. It's just the minor. And lastly, the tempo is fast. It's geez, like 140, 280. Cool, you got all that? All right, anyway, class, shut up and let's get started with the steps. Here, first, I'll start. Alright, riff 1, what a horrible night for your pinky. So basically all death metal, no matter what band, no matter what band, they must invest heavily in their pinky because the pinky chords are what take your normal power chord into, I don't know, it just does this textbook +1 to the end of the chords. You know, it increases your overall DPS. That's dissonance per second. And as we all know, DPS is literally all that matters. Alright, for riff number 2, this is the headbangers riff. If you really want people to like really bang their head, you're gonna have to be playing with the downbeat and the upbeat of the song. And you'll notice that I actually downstroke every root note and I uppick all of the accent notes, so it's very like in between the down and the up. It's very down and up. Step 3 is going to be the fast tremolo riff, because it would not be a fun metal song if we were not trying to pick as fast as we can. So I chose this Step number 4 is going to be the groove riff. The star of this riff is really going to be like the tight chugging hand that can differentiate between a single chug and a really fast triplet chug, like the difference between a there's definitely a possibility of just going instead of Step 5 is going to be the death metal bar chords. Really, the bigger the better with the bar chords. So if you have an 8-string and you have more girth, you win. Congratulations, you're a better guitar player objectively. And mainly it's just going to set the groundwork for a cool solo with like way too much emphasis on vibrato, just like... And it'll probably sound like some of the earlier Black Dahlia Murder stuff. Step 6, we're gonna do the tremolo part again because fuck, it's so sick though. Step 7 is we're gonna do the chords again because sick, it's so fuck though. Step 8, we're probably gonna do the bouncy riff one more time because I think this is just the most Black Dahlia shit sounding ever stuff. Fucking just play that one. Alright, so step 9, maybe we want to end it with some older material type stuff. Like, remember when the band, like, way back sounded like Veil of Maya? Imagine that. And then I accidentally put a really shreddy fucking Jason Richardson solo on it. Oopsies. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to part 3 of my stupid video. It took a crazy amount of time to create, and I super appreciate you watching at least this far for it. If you want to support what I do, you can please consider subscribing to the channel, maybe sharing this video with just like a few friends, maybe like check out a different video I've made. You can check us out on other platforms like Patreon and Spotify. We actually have a brand new band that's releasing new music every month called Samehada over on Spotify and all major platforms, but Spotify mainly. Really just a couple people on Patreon just giving me support and telling me that I shouldn't stop, push me through to the end to get to this video at least. And I'm really happy that they did because it would have been stupid to close the book on this half-ended. So thanks for watching, checking us out on Patreon, looking up Samehada on Spotify. If you don't, then that's fine. You watched the video, that's fair. I still love it. Enjoy the original song I wrote inspired by the Black Dahlia Murder.
Center
This is the